So we have talked about marital issues. So next topic we're gonna discuss about is why do you need to get a lawyer when you're getting a divorce?
Okay. Um, like okay, this one is based on the persons lah. Because to me, you should, let's say you really confirm that you want a divorce, that you don't want to stay in the marriage anymore, you want out. So I think you should, or you need to get a lawyer.
Legal advice.
Number one is because during that time is quite emotional already, so you cannot think straight already. Sometimes what usually we encounter is the wife or the husband say, oh never mind, I will let go of everything, I just want out. So this is when your lawyer need to tell you that you need to calm down, maybe take a few days to just chill first, because that is not the right thing to do for
Not
you lah.
rational, yeah.
It's not a rational decision, just because I would understand, because at that point you just want out, you just don't care about everything already. So that is why you need someone to tell you that this is not right, you should take your time. If after 2 to 3 days, or after 1 week, or after 1 month, you still think the same, then it is your right. If you want to let go of everything, you just want out, it is your right. But at least it's a decision that you made, not not a snappy decision.
Impulsive.
Yes, not an
impulsive
impulsive
lah.
decision.
And also to add to that also is that because like what you said, like it's mostly the majority they are very emotional already, so they just want out, they don't care about anything, they just want to basically forgo their rights lah, what they
Yes.
forgo their rights. So like if you engage a lawyer, talk to a lawyer, so at least your lawyer gets to remind you, okay, because lawyer will just tell you what are your rights. They are not counselors, and they are not marriage counselors. They tell you, oh, yeah, sure, and everything. So we leave that for the marriage counselors. But then the one thing is, when you first meet a divorce lawyer, the lawyer said, okay, this is what are your rights, and then so this is what you should get. Then let's say so if that's it, it's for the client lah, whether you want, like, okay, let's say like just now we talk about the wife, like she wants to take full custody, but she doesn't need a single cent from the father. She doesn't require child maintenance. So she might be thinking that, but then the divorce lawyer will actually remind her, are you sure this is really what you want? So they're actually like time for a person to actually think through, like, is this really, are you sure? Because it's a long run. Now you may be emotional, like, okay, I never mind lah, I don't need his money and everything, but then what about in future, like when the child goes to university and all that, are you sure? Yeah, so that's why the divorce lawyer is there to like make sure that, okay, you sure, this is your right.
And to that also, the second one would be the negotiation lah. Because once you are settled with your condition, your terms, the divorce terms, then the next stage would be to negotiate. So if you don't have a lawyer, it will be quite difficult for you to negotiate, because especially if, like, let's say you are the let's say like you're the wife, and then the husband is very how do I put this, like very above you, I would say. I don't know.
Like really likes to control it.
Yes, in that position, like you are always the submissive one in the relationship, but you want out, right? And at the same time, it is your right. Like, for example, let's say children's maintenance, the husband doesn't want to pay, or the husband wants to pay this amount, this X sum, which is too little. Then you are not that person that can you're not capable of arguing anymore. You're tired already. So this negotiation, you can leave it to the lawyer to do it. So the lawyer will do it, and then negotiate to the husband's lawyer or the wife's lawyer, and then until a mutual terms been met, or if no mutual terms, then you settle it in court.
Because usually when divorce, like when you engage a divorce lawyer, if before you have the terms, when the negotiation stage, usually it will be done in letters. So at least they are black and white and it's in writing. So it's easier to say. So it's not just word of mouth. Like, okay, today I say like that, then tomorrow, I change my mind. I don't want. I want higher and all that. Like, it's very maybe like, okay, let's say like not I changed my mind. Sorry, today the husband said, okay, I agree to give you this sum. Tomorrow say he can say like, oh, I don't want to give you anymore.
Cannot do that anymore.
So at least, although the letter is not to say binding, but at least there is something on paper that you get to see that what's like how to go about. Because it's just like between the husband and wife, then it's very common. Like today they say something, tomorrow they say another thing, next week they say another thing. Yeah, so it's very common, and then the negotiation between them doesn't end lah. So you will just prolong their suffering. So that's why it's important to get a divorce lawyer to
then
negotiate.
The next one would be procedure. Because court procedure is quite complicated if you are not familiar. So if you hire a lawyer, then it is easier for you. Because if again lah, you are in that condition, you want to file, it's a very emotional thing to do, and then there you are googling what is the procedure, you want to file yourself, do manual filing and all, you draft yourself, the drafting skill, and then later you go to court and then you forgot to put this, you forgot to put that, and then what will happen? The court will postpone your case, and then then you have to pay the filing fees, and it's all manual. I mean, if you do it yourself, I think it's manual.
It's manual.
It will be manual. If you do it yourself, you have to go to court and then you have to file it and all that. So it's quite not a smooth process. So it is better lah, I would say, in terms of procedure. You leave it to the lawyer that you hire.
Because sometimes they might like, although it's like we have few cases before where it's they are professionals and they professional but not lawyers, of course, like doctors and everything. Then they tried to do it themselves, but then eventually there's one things missing or two missing. So it will just, although that one thing missing, right, it can actually cause chaos to the whole court documents. So that's why it's still important to get a lawyer lah.
Yes. What else do you have in mind? Why should you have a lawyer?
And also then also it's because sometimes like when back to the negotiation stage, or maybe like during divorce procedure time, it can be quite, how to say, hostile. Maybe like if let's say you do it yourself, the divorce you do it yourself, you are in the midst of either negotiating or you're preparing the court documents yourself, but your other spouse is not exactly being very nice to you. It's not that you guys will be sitting there together drafting your court documents together and then submit together and all that. No, I don't think so that's the case. Then one will be very hostile and then leave it to, okay, you do it lah, you do it, and then I just come and sign on it. It's very common this happen. Then after that, or one want to talk to another person, then that person will just want to like that another person will just shut off the phone and they couldn't even contact each other and everything. So that's why it's also important to have a lawyer, so that or because when they talk to each other, then it become emotional, then it become hostile, then they start screaming and shouting each other on the phone. So that's why when you engage a lawyer, then usually what the clients would, is not usually, it's what the lawyers will do is they will speak on your behalf. So you don't have to speak to your spouse anymore. You can just leave it to your lawyer, and then your lawyer will speak to your client to your spouse on your behalf.